I had a sister that was diagnosed with cancer. It started in her sinuses and then metastasized to several different places and ended up metastasizing to her liver. And when they told us there was nothing else we could do, they suggested hospice care. My family knew very little about that. There was not a lot of information at that time. That was in March of 1994. So we just started seeking out someone that could help us. And it was just amazing. They came in and took care of not only her, but us. They answered all our questions. They handed us a book called Final Matters that I just did not want to read. And they kept encouraging us to read the book. And that literally became our little hospice Bible because it just was a wealth of information in there, and it took so much fear out of the dying process because you could see in black and white what was happening, and it made us realize this is just the natural process, and it was a great guide for us to follow that and help us get through those difficult days. I also had another sister. My oldest sister passed away of cancer in May of 2017. And it was not as lengthy a process. She took treatments for a lot longer and was doing really well. And then all of a sudden, we realized we were at the point of needing hospice again. And it's such a sacred time for families. And when the hospice team comes in, they just become a part of your family. And to journey with someone through that time in their life is such a sacred time for everybody that's involved.
Okay, that's really good. Tell us a little bit about the emotions that someone would feel, because you're going to be relating to people watching this who may be trying, having to make this choice. The emotions you feel when you first find out that, your loved one does have a life-limiting illness.
Well, I think it's only natural for people to want to continue, but you come to a point where you have to be totally not selfish and say, if this is the best that we're going to get for my loved one, then I would rather them have quality versus quantity. Sometimes we are selfish and we want them to continue taking treatment, but many times they are tired. They have felt like they've done everything that they can do and everything that can be done for them, and they're ready to take the next step. And we have to just become so unselfish and allow them to have hospice care and to take their journey as they wish and not necessarily as we would like them to. It's strictly a matter of choosing quality time, because the time that you get to be with them and spend with them is worth way more than it is for them to continue taking treatments, continue being sick, continue fighting. And it just releases, and there's a peace about it. Once you make that decision, it's like a peace comes over you, like this is exactly where we need to be.
Okay, that's good. I've got a shadow of you, so that's okay. That's really good. That's good. Do you feel good about that? Is there anything you want to say? Anything else?
Sounds great.
It does.
Sounds very good.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this and maybe get one other shot of you, just so I can change it up a little.
Okay.
Just so we can get it from and keep talking to me like I'm sitting right there.
Okay.
Like I'm sitting right there, except for this time, I've just moved a little bit. Okay. Now, tell me what you just said, and you don't have to say it word for word. I'm just trying to get another camera angle, but don't look at me. Look as if I were saying.
Okay. once you make the decision, it's a very unselfish decision, because many times as a family member you would really like for them to continue treatment. But when the patient has decided that they no longer want to fight anymore and they just want to be kept comfortable, there is a peace that comes over as a family member, that we're going to go through this journey with them as they choose to go through it. It's not our choice necessarily. It's very overwhelming to get so much information at one time, but hospice care just simplifies everything and makes it so much easier, and with the information and the guidance that they give you through that journey is just amazing.